come out to play. Warriors, 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 come out to play.
Nick Jordan here with Weekend Warriors. We're at J. Clyde's for the 10th anniversary of Chopped Liver. Let's go over here and check out what Stilling Volume is fucking doing right now.
I'm 5'8.5".
Specifically called out. When I say jump, you say how high, motherfucker! Fuck you! Now, what I wanted to ask, until Scotty rudely interrupted, are you guys having a good time? John Sheckler, thank you so much. Jay Clydes, thank you so much. Ashley, thank you so much. Katie, thank you so fucking much. My two brothers over there, look at they look exactly the fucking same. Hubert.
Welcome to Weekend Warriors. Hey, we had the 10th anniversary Chopped Liver show. Congratulations, Shep, on 10 years, man. And that was Stilling Volume opening up the show, and it was such an awesome night. And I'm really just so proud to be a part of the history of Chopped Liver in what way I can be. This is Weekend Warriors, guys, the show where we wrap up things that have happened over the last week or so. And today we got kind of a bit much because it was Father's Day weekend before last, so we took Sunday off, but we still got some videos that we're going to show you guys and talk about some shows that happened since we have joined you last. And getting a bit of a late start today, so we're going to try to hurry up and get through some things. We got a lot of cool videos to show you guys, but hey, we'll wrap up what happened and then talk to our guest, and then we'll tell you a couple of things coming up over next weekend. So on the June 9th at the Mel, we had Triangle Fire, and oh, see, I'm already fucking so that, are you bringing that one back up? Because that was Tuesday the 11th. And we had, Isaac Rotten and the Isaac, that's rather Rother and the Phantoms, my bad. Wet Denim and Loser Brat. Great show at Long Shot. And then the show that I thought started on June 9th, we have Triangle Fire and DUI. And Republican Sex Blanket played. Just saw that flyer a second ago. I don't know where you put it. Yeah, there. Oh, nope. That's the next show we play. Hey, anyway, from that show, hopefully you do have the video that we're working on of RSB, because that's from that show. So Triangle Fire was awesome. DUI, fucking awesome. I don't know if you have, I think the only one we have the video of is Sex Blanket. Yes? No? All right, so let's show that video real quick. So yeah, Republican Sex Blanket tearing up the stage. And I gotta tell you, man, Wesley, I don't know if you noticed the shorts Wesley was wearing there, man. Like, he told me before I was like, damn, dude, damn. He's like, I'm the sexy one tonight, motherfucker. I was like, yeah, you got it, man. You beat me.
I got my shorts on. Man.
Hell yeah. So that was on Sunday, and then on Friday, your boy's busy, you know. Me and Shep, we're busy fucking guys.
Mm-hmm.
And we played a show with Circle City Deacons and James the Boneless and Red Lighters. And yeah, Red Lighters just getting on our tracking, playing fucking awesome shows with Circle City Deacons, James the Boneless out of Chicago, fucking awesome. I'm not sure which video you've got lined up first for that one, but I think we've got videos of us, Red Lighters, and then also Circle City Deacons from that show. So throw one up, Playboy. Let's go.
All right, you got it. Let's do
It's a good band name, by the way.
Which one?
Red
Red Lighters.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you.
thanks.
Thank you.
It was all next
They're
over.
unlucky in my like.
Yeah, I know.
All
I
right.
know. I figured. Yeah.
Don't sweat me, baby. Wearing me out, nah. Don't leave me hanging out.
So there you go. That was Circle City Deacons, and you know we're just so honored to get to even play on a show with those. Those guys are fucking legends. So and then yeah, we played and got some video of Red Lighters playing, and Shep, go ahead and throw that one out.
Sure.
A little story about my baby. I tell her I'm sure, she tells me maybe. I ask her why not, she says she's thinking. I tell her let's go, she says she's waiting. I drive her to smoke, she drives me crazy. But when we both show that we're amazing, I fucking love her, there'll never be another. She doesn't think she's even with the father. And I give anything if I could hold her. She says anything, then why don't you leave? I could have hurt you even if I tried to, but you can hurt me without even trying. It doesn't seem fair, but girl I don't care. Just when you hold me close, I feel your heartbeat. I couldn't love you more if I wanted to, but it's just feeling so real and so deep. And then you turn around, that smile on your face, and say you love me, and I forget my name. I'm not good with you, I'm this roller coaster, and if you get scared, I'll pull you closer. I'll hold you so tight, and you'll lose all fear. I'll always be yours, and I will always be here.
Hey, Red Lighters, and I gotta tell you guys, like that was the most naked I have ever felt on stage. With Red Lighter, you guys know I'm kind of a shades guy, and so with Red Lighters, I decided I'm gonna do something a little different and take the sunglasses off. So you got that first little layer there, and then usually I'm playing acoustic guitar for the Lighters, and my guitar was fucking up like right at the beginning of the show, so I had to fucking set it down and just sing, which just feels so different when you're just singing. It's like, what do I do with my hands? But I really, thanks to Anthony and Shep and Bones and Spencer for covering my ass on that one. It's still a fucking awesome show. So moving on. We had on the 15th, it was the PRN Pride show at the Mel. Got a flyer for that one. Yeah, Killing Pixies, The Enders, and Come Out Fighting. And then at Natural State Provisions the I think same night. Yeah, that's why we weren't there. Sorry, guys. We had RSB again, and we played with I Got Worms and Freddie Versus. And hey, that was my first time at Natural State Provisions, and that place is fucking awesome. I'm hoping they do some more shows, and some of the friends, bands, and the fam can get out there and start something up at that place. I think we've got a video of I Got Worms ready to go from that show. So yeah, Shep, I Got Worms, who was just on the show. Our last guest was I Got Worms. Fucking talked about this one coming up. So let's throw up that video of our friends I Got Worms. And that was I Got Worms, like just awesome people, and we had them on the show, and I was so hyped for that after getting the chance to hang out with them and talk to them. And you might notice they had a different drummer. I'm trying to remember what the deal was there, but funny story. I'll tell you a funny fucking story about that show. Sex Blanket. Steven Riddle was playing with us. Dennis and Steven kind of go in and out for shows sometimes because of schedules and whatnot. And so Riddle had an issue with the drums and asked if we could use I Got Worms' drums. I think it was I Got Worms. It might have been the other one. I think it was I Got Worms. But so during our set, there was a little bit of a miscommunication and a song got played out of order. And then we were all out. Like, and so at some point Wesley, thinking it was the last song of the set, jumps into the drum set forgetting that it's not Riddle's. And like Steven's like, no, and I see him going and like crash it, and then we still had like 2 songs to play after that. Oh no, so funny. What a fucking great man. Like things like that happening to me, like Shep, you can fucking chime in, man, but like the memories that you're making, it's when things are like not going as planned, or you know, the crowd like adds something to the element, or even sometimes just the venue, because like you're in this weird place and it ends up being great. You know, sometimes you're like, oh, this might suck. A lot of places, especially if you get out on the road a little bit, it's like you don't know what you're walking into. And it's awesome when it's pleasantly surprising. And that's how I felt about Natural State Provisions, honestly. Like I didn't know what to expect walking in there, and it was a great time.
I still haven't been there yet, but my friend Tay that works at State Street sometimes, she books shows up there.
Yeah, I think that's who booked that show.
I've driven past the place, but
hey, joining us on the show today. You hear him, but you don't see him. Let's go ahead and bring on our guest. And we actually have a very special co-ghost guest, co-guest that joining us today. We've got Neil from the Dockers, and of course you guys knew he was going to be here, William James. Thanks guys for coming on the show today, and can't wait to talk about some of the shit. It was like save it for the show. Shep kept yelling at us for talking too much to each other, but so when we booked this, it was like Boring Walking Videos has had something coming up. Since then it's happened. I think we've got something. Is that from that?
The clip I sent him.
Yeah.
We don't have to play that if you don't.
I kind of want to play. So
from last night,
it was
Friday.
Night before last Friday.
From
Friday night at Black Circle. Pretty sure we ended up getting that ready to go. this is if you're not familiar with what William James does, this is a great introduction to what we're talking about here. And just to talk about it a little, why don't you set up what it is we're about to see the best that you can? Or I mean, I don't want to just spring it on people.
Yeah, no, I know, me either. It's gonna be terrible listening to this through the headphones. It's basically, I just started screen recording videos from super obnoxious YouTube clips.
What to you qualifies as super obnoxious?
Like the first track I made was like police sirens, kids screaming, alarm clocks, the most annoying sound ever from Dumb and Dumber. Literally just all mashed together.
Can you do that in most annoying sound ever?
Can
anybody hear?
not, other than just what I'm doing. Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty good, dude.
And I was just doing it for fun because I was like on YouTube and I'm like, man, this algorithm is crazy. And I just started recording some of the video screenshots and posted them on my Facebook, and I started
making like video collages, right?
Yeah. But the thing is,
but
live.
It's about the sound as much as
Yeah.
it is the
Well,
video,
the thing is, I don't have a projector, so it's more about the audio, because at first I didn't want people to see the video clips because I wanted it to be like
about the sound.
Like I didn't want people to know, like, when it be like a mystery, like, what the fuck is this?
Is that like, so to guess, like, is there things that are recognizable?
Some of them, yeah.
Like, not just to say like the sound of alarm clock, but is there like quotes you're pulling up and things like that? There's like Easter egg kind of hunting.
Like I did a Christmas song that I did a few cassettes of that was like a bunch of like the worst Christmas songs mashed together, like Eazy-E's Christmas song layered on top of like the dogs barking, Jingle Bells, and Jacob Miller's Reggae Christmas.
And they're all just kind of piled up and cut in together. And as frustrating of a way as possible. Is that your?
Yeah, it's supposed to be kind of like
Whoa.
Nope.
You can play a gun. Yeah.
All right. So Neil, weigh in. What are your thoughts? I want to hear what you think before I say anything.
It's really lovely to hear something that really pushes the envelope a little bit and challenges you.
I think we're beyond envelopes at this point. That was email.
Right. Yeah.
There was a moment of music in there, and the rest is abrasive freaking noise, and it's brilliant.
I think every time you guys do this, you should say it's your 40-second show, because it isn't the exact representation of the entire universe and all of existence. Absolute chaos.
No, I mean, I have played about 20 shows now, and so it's like I consider it like a solo project, but I didn't want to just be like standing on stage playing clips on my phone. So, like, for example, like the show clip that we just listened to, he, from the sound guy from Stage Street, he played guitar. He was all making all those crazy guitar noises, And then Mark Miller, the artist who did that big mural, or he helped make the mural on the side of State Street, he was doing shit on his phone also and doing some of the vocals because, I think even people into noise, it's like they get bored with just seeing somebody up there on a laptop or something. I want to do some kind of like
something different.
Yeah.
And
make it more like dangerous.
And so you said like, so early onset, you're starting to kind of just like put these video or audio collages together. Was it meant to be a stage show when you first started? Like, did you have?
Oh, no.
I'm going to put something together and this actually be like outside of a YouTube channel.
Absolutely not. I didn't even plan on it being like a thing. It was just I was just doing it for fun. And then once I posted a couple of them, there's like a good
bring it to us.
Like a good response.
We want more of that.
I started getting show offers. And I don't want to make it sound super convoluted, but the name Boring Walking Videos came from I started a YouTube channel, literally just doing boring walking videos, like walking my dog. But I just kind of got bored with it.
Was the point like to be as mundane as humanly possible with it, or
kind of? But you know what I mean? Like those like ASMR videos. And I was like, hey, I mean, there's people into that, whatever. And
will you tell me what that means?
ASMR.
Yeah.
I don't. What do you know?
Today's podcast, we're going to talk about sweet sounds.
You know what I'm talking about?
Plastic burn.
Is it something to do with
I don't know,
sensory?
Yes,
thing.
that's exactly what I'm doing.
what's
Yeah,
what's it stand
I'm
for?
picking up. Thank you, John.
What's-
That was
what's-
a great example.
What's the abbreviation stand for though?
What was it again?
Like
ASMR.
autistic or autism, maybe that A? No. Well, I don't know
Audio
because
sensitivity, Jeanette, I know you're watching. Help us out.
I guess the reason I would say I've seen like the ASMR. I've never really known what it stands for.
I don't know what it stands
So as
for.
you mentioned it, I'm kind of like, well, now's the time maybe to find out because you seem super knowledgeable.
No,
about it.
I know the
Automation,
abbreviation. I didn't know what it stands for.
sensory meridian response.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Interesting.
But I just started doing it because I'm like, I'm walking everywhere. I'm walking my dog every day. I mean, I might as well do something with that time. So I called it Boring Walking Videos because that's what it was. But then once I started doing these sound collages, I was like, that's actually like kind of
start pushing those
kind of
two
cool
things
name for the
together.
project.
So with you're talking about the videos and whatnot, was it you that brought the idea like at State Street, which I know you do a lot with State Street, pretty synonymous with there.
Yeah.
Like the video that's the feed going on in State Street, is that you as well? Was that your
Oh no, I don't.
You know what I'm talking about? It's real trippy looking when
That's
the
yeah,
band's
no, that's
playing,
actually Visual Vibrations, which is run by this girl named Jen.
Are those videos going onto the internet at all, or is it just
No, it's been a bummer. I mean, I have a State Street Vids YouTube channel.
That's and I was thinking that it would be those. It's
Yeah.
something different though. It's
No,
like video
yeah.
you're taking on your phone or
but my
whatever.
phone sound quality is shitty, so
Yeah.
it's kind of more of a novelty. But Mark Tester will record and post the stuff on his Instagram story, but that just goes away after a minute. So yeah, I've always thought it was a shame that like nobody's like uploading all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, like that's one of my favorite parts about playing at State Street is looking over and seeing these just like
No,
very
I know.
psychedelic, weird kind of things
Yeah.
happening on the video.
Yeah,
too.
that's
It's,
her,
cool.
I think her thing on Instagram is Visual Vibrations. Her name is Jen. And yeah, no, I love it too. I've actually been trying to get her to do projection for some of the Boring Walking Videos stuff, but no luck yet.
So speaking of then you said that I think you said Mark and different music, what was his name? I'm
Heath.
sorry.
Heath is the guy
that
that runs
joined you
sound.
on this last show, but like there isn't really a band, right? You're working.
Yeah, it's a
So
solo.
who are some other like musicians that would tend to join you on this, or artists?
Okay.
Like what's kind of fairly,
Yeah, well, like I said, I started doing it for fun. So I did a bunch of tracks, like sound collages, chopped up samples on my own. And so that was the first demo. Once I started getting
how
show
long
off,
ago was that? If Yeah.
like last year, about
Okay.
a year ago.
Mhm.
I think our first show was at Colonial Inn, maybe. Um, you know,
You
I
were
s-
on the podcast for that. You came on the
was that?
yeah, you did a podcast. It
At
was me,
Colonial.
you, and Dylan Salazar.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was the first ever Chopped Livers. What did we call it? Hair of the Dog?
I think so. I think that was our first show.
No, Mixed Nuts. Mixed Nuts.
No. I mean, for
Oh
Boardwalk.
yeah. I was thinking of the podcast we did. Yeah, that was the first time you did the podcast. Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry,
But
interrupter.
no, you're fine. No, I just did it for fun, and then but so basically, James Wallsmith, he did drums for my band Drooler that they recruited me for, and I hit him up. So he played drums on a bunch of the shows, which didn't really fit the sound of like what I was doing solo. But I just didn't want to be like super boring, like actually live, you know.
Right.
And then Jared Coleman, who is also in Drooler, did guitar a couple shows. We had my buddy Daniel Paquette, who was smashing shit with a hammer on stage. He played a few shows with us. We had Mark Miller. When you mentioned earlier, it was Mark Miller that played with me at Black Circle,
Mm-hmm.
and Mark Tester.
Awesome.
He played a set with me for the 9th anniversary show, like I think it was last month. So it's basically just, other artists I feel like, are kind of the same wavelength. And I also want to switch it up, give people like something different each time. So even people that like seen us, they don't know what to expect.
Right. And do you feel like, because I'm just thinking, you mentioned the Colonial, and I'm like, okay, like played Colonial, no, like there's people that will come out, and then there's people that were already there.
Yeah, there's
And I just imagine what the people who were already there would think of boring walking videos.
Actually, I could tell you because I was hanging out, by the door, and like one of the people came, they're like, I'm not trying to pay like fucking money for this, like whatever. Like I can't remember how much it was, but they were mad because they had to cover and get in. They're like just trying to get some drinks, and they didn't know what he sounded like, but
Yeah.
they definitely probably wouldn't have paid the cover.
So do you
fee.
feel like though part of the goal is for some people at least to be like, what the fuck was that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't necessarily intend it to be polarizing. It's just something I'm having fun with, and I like it that other people like it, but I also like it that other people hate it.
What would you say are some like influences when it comes to we were talking a little bit,
Yeah.
I think it was before we started, about like Flipper and Minutemen from my perspective
yeah.
being something I thought maybe we would relate a little bit on those things. But who are like, when you think about the noisy kind of thing, especially with boring walking videos, like where does the influence for what you do come from?
Yeah, well, I got a good story about that. Absolutely, like the moment that like kicked everything off with this was I was working a noise show, like experimental show with this duo, Jack Callahan and Jeff Whitmer, and they were basically just it was starting out with like a sample of like Johnny Cash Hurt, and then like just cut midway into like Wile E. Coyote like flying off the cliff, and then it'd be like Machine Gun Fire, and
So they had all these samples kind of like that they were live kind of manipulating then. And
yeah, and then they, it was really off-putting. Like I was like, man, I've been into this shit since like high school. Like
so like in high school though, what, like when you say into this shit, what were you into? Who?
Okay, so my main influences with this are, other than seeing the duo a couple years ago at State Street, there's a noise group from the 80s called The Haters, and you know, they had like an entire LP of just them like breaking glass. There's like another whole LP of them just like throwing shit downstairs. And I first heard them randomly buying a 7-inch at a record store, and it was like a 45 that was just both sides like the sound, and then just like throwing shit in a fire. And I didn't know what it was because back then,
So you just pop it on and you're hearing it for the first time.
yeah, and I didn't know what it was for years when I got that record because back then Discogs didn't exist. Google
Or
didn't
you're saying
exist.
you didn't know what you were listening to.
Yeah,
What it actually even was.
and and also like there used to be a disc replay in Greenwood that I always go to where you can listen to the UCDs before you bought them.
Mhm.
And I found like a Haters CD there, and like Merzbow, which is Japanese noise, and then another Japanese noise project called Masana, which is like a play on Madonna, but it's just like noise. And they would just get on stage and just throw fucking glass at the audience, or you know, or like just be grating some metal on sandpaper. And I didn't like understand it in high school, but it was like intriguing,
Uh-huh.
you know.
I get that. Where it's like I don't know if I even like this yet, but
Yeah.
God, there's something that's like
It's like I like breaking glass. Like I mean, I don't know if I listen to a whole hour-long record of
Right.
breaking glass, but I like breaking shit.
So do you feel like then as an artist, explain, because obviously, you know, there is somebody, let's just say Vincent Van Gogh, you know, what's the damn it, the guy that his first, it's initials that did
MC Escher. You're talking about did like the crazy stairs.
I'm talking about like back in the day, one of the first like real big American, and there's like a biopic about him.
Are you talking about Salvador Dali?
No, his first, it's like JP something, but I know it's not JP. I just got.
I think I know what you're talking about too, but yeah, I'm not.
I
can't think.
Anyway, like so in the thing, he's like trying to sell this art, and like I don't know. At any rate, when you're making things that are purposely like abrasive and where like this isn't for everybody, like I guess it just intrigues me as to who you think is like the target audience for it, and artistically what draws you to doing that instead of something that would be easily accessible to people.
Yeah, I guess I say like, like even like with the painting I've been doing this year, and like with Loser Brat and Boring Walking videos, it's like I didn't expect anybody even actually like it. It was just like I got free time. It's doing something positive. It's sort of keeping me out of trouble, even though I still get in trouble. But I didn't expect anybody to like the shit. I was just doing it for my own enjoyment, and it's awesome that people actually do like it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, obviously, like with Boring Walking videos, the intended audience is like people that are into, the noise shit,
construction,
like
chaos,
like the Haters.
Mhm.
There's a Japanese group called the Girigiri, which means puking and shitting at the same time in Japanese. Merzbow, Masana. I don't expect anybody to like it except those people.
Mm-hmm.
But some people would be like, "Man, that's like the first time I've ever seen some shit like that." It's fucking
and that's part of something I was thinking is like, obviously there are going to be people that if they were coming in off the street, if they had no frame of reference at all,
I love
they're
that.
going to come in, and there's going to be some people that immediately turn out and run away. When it's
But
like
they're still going to remember that.
There are people that are going to be, I guess, even if they haven't thought of that yet or like thought in that vein, that when you see it, it like brings your attention to it like a train wreck or something.
Absolutely.
And then they may be like, oh, I kind of like see what he's fucking, I see what you're doing, And so I guess like post show, what's the biggest compliment you've got from somebody that and not like that you would expect it from. Does that make sense? Like, probably you got people that you know are going to come up and be like, "Oh man, you killed it tonight." But like, has somebody came up that you were like, "I can't believe that you even stay," and like,
Um, you know, I mean, off the top of my head, I mean, I get a lot of comments on it, like positive and negative, but
comments, not compliments.
yeah, yeah. But you know, I know the people that are into it are going to be into it, and like I started working the kitchen at the Alley Cat like a month ago, and there happened to be some guy up there ordering some food, and he was like, "Dude, I've never seen anything like that in my life." Like he's like, "That was my first time ever like seeing some noise shit like that." Like, and even the people like you mentioned that they might walk in, just turn around, walk right out the door, like they're probably still gonna remember that shit for the rest of their life.
Oh yeah,
They're gonna be like, "Dude, I walked in this bar one time, this motherfucker's playing like some shit that was like a sample of like the Adam Sandler like Hanukkah song, and then it was like a bunch of kids screaming and shit. I don't even know what the fuck."
it's funny because it's such a stupid reference that I certainly won't earn any street cred with. But on Friends, Ross sometimes would perform like this synth shit that he made.
I don't remember that.
And it is so like, it's so funny because of what that show fucking is,
Yeah.
you know, and it's so pop or like bubblegum kind of comedy or whatever. And like, there's this, here's Ross, and he is fucking doing the thing where it's like, it's noise and it's weird and it's fun, you know, and everybody's like, but and like his character is just so not the person that should ever even be like, "Oh, I'm a musician."
Yeah, no, I'll totally have to check out that. I don't remember those episodes.
Oh, you'll crack up. Like if you just pull up like Ross playing music from Friends or something, like you'll crack up, man.
All right.
It's pretty fun. Do you know what I'm talking about, Chef? Do you remember? You watched some fucking Friends.
Pull up
back
that
in the
clip.
day.
Yeah.
Sure, I could do that. What is it?
Ross
I was just,
from Friends
I was just joking.
Yeah.
playing music. Now we got to see it. Now I've got to introduce you to it.
Yeah,
I wasn't
no,
actually
no,
expecting that
let's
at
do it.
all,
I was
but
just
he was
fucking
like, "Let's fucking go."
Yeah, but for real, it was
Got
you
the
know,
tech, we can do it. Hell yeah.
the latest
He
project
immediately pops up too, by the way. All I did. Sorry.
You want to watch Friends, man?
I'm interested to see this.
Okay, hang tight.
We just need the volume.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I could tell that it wasn't.
Yeah, I just turned
forthcoming.
it off.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's funny. Like before we started, I was like, we're gonna have to like go, and here we are. Like, oh, you gotta see this clip. We promised we wouldn't do this.
Yeah, no, I told Neil, I said, "Man, just join me. It's just fun. It's no pressure. Like, I like doing the shit."
Here we go.
Is it on the camera right now, or are we
no.
just hearing it? What
Here
you
we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's see our reaction.
Live reactions, yes. Y'all ain't ready for this shit.
You know, I've never played my stuff for anyone before. So it's important that you understand it's about communicating very private emotions.
This is really important looking videos.
You know,
It's like when we
you
did that
should
birthday fucking
think of
video. With
my work as wordless
Happy birthday, Scott
sound
Cullen.
poems.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Oh my
going-
God, play.
Fucking call it or what?
Yeah.
That's funny, dude. Was it still down?
Terrific.
Okay,
That's
so
all we need.
so
So
yeah,
that was not an influence on you at all.
I've never seen that. That was awesome. And also, that reminds me, if anybody's never heard of Tubbles, there's this local group. It's a duo, two chicks called Tubbles that kind of does the same shit. They played Stage Street like last week, where they do some like bullshit Casio stuff.
I feel like Ross was a bigger influence to the music
And
scene
and
than
then-
people want to admit.
And the thing is honestly working at Stage Street. I had been into shit like that. Not, I mean, I guess not specifically that, but just experimental stuff. But there's never really been much of a scene outlet
Mm-hmm.
in need for that. But I was like, you know, working there and meeting a lot of people, networking has been like really empowering. It's
Well,
like I could do anything I fucking want. Like, go ahead.
no, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut, but like you just make me really want to. You are one of the most DIY motherfuckers like that I've ever. And
I got
speaking to somebody that's done zines and is doing this shit, like we're pretty DIY here.
Yeah, I've done
but,
scenes
like,
too.
You do so much, man. Like what with that DIY ethos that you have, like kind of go because you talk about the tapes, the zine. Like, what are some other things you've done that you're like still, I don't know, proud of and that you did yourself?
Well, I've done a record label on and off. The last few releases, like I just released without putting my name on it, like the Macizo demo tape,
That's what I had in mind. Yeah.
just because like they played State Street a bunch of times. They'd been around for like a year and a half. I'm like, why don't you guys have any fucking physical releases yet? And like, I was like, man, I got a boombox, some cassette tapes, like I'll fucking put out your demo, like, because you guys deserve it,
Oh yeah.
And it's just about like doing shit I love. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to make $1 million off music, but I want to bring bands to town that I love, support the bands I love, because it's like, you never know, Macizo might break up like tomorrow.
Sure.
And that's the only opportunity. Like when you have the opportunity, you gotta take it because it might pass. And as I get older, I'm 41. I've realized that like I've had a lot of opportunities that
passed.
I was like, oh man, I'll have like however
I'll
long.
come back to
and
that.
It's like
Yeah.
you gotta jump on it when you can.
For sure. I think Tim McGraw said it best: "Live each day like you're dying."
Yeah. Like talking about Neil. I put out like the Dockers, Diaz for Dockers cassette when it was just a 2-piece, even like before they started playing shows. And
How long ago was that?
like literally like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Fucking
More than
Damn.
that, bro.
yeah, Jimmy Carter was president, right? Damn.
And it's like things like that. I was like, I just like it. And he's like I'm sitting here at Rippy's house, like we're smoking weed and shit. I'm like, he's playing this shit for me, and
That means I have that because I have like the
Is
entire Dockers collection of like everything that you guys have ever done. I'm pretty sure.
like,
I definitely have all the Dockers vinyls.
you might not have the cassette because that was
I
like,
don't know. I got a pretty good cassette collection.
but anyway, basically it was like I just try to fill my free time doing things I love, and especially like I want somebody to do the same for me, promote my
That's-
stuff.
Oh, you just read my mind because I was thinking like so much of what we have done and whatnot is there's like two prongs to it. Either seeing somebody kind of doing something and being like, ooh, that
Like, I
makes
could
me
do- I
want to
could do
do
that
it. And
too,
I could
yeah.
do that and maybe even better.
Yeah,
Or at
exactly.
least have like,
You want
my
to set
own
an
spin on that.
example. You want to set an example. Yeah.
And so somebody's like setting a bar and then I'm hoping to like raise it
Exactly.
based off of what I'm seeing is one thing that happens a lot. And then the other is total lack of where it's like, we're playing in bands and doing all these things and nobody gives a shit. Nobody's saying anything about it. How do you expect to spread the word without being obnoxious and just being a band that's like sharing the flyer for your show 24/7 or
Yeah,
something?
exactly.
How do you break out of that box? And it's, part of that comes down to like zines, podcasts, things like that, where it's
Yeah.
like, back in the day, I would have loved to be sitting in your shoes right now and somebody be like, hey, come be on my podcast and I'll interview you, you know?
Yeah.
So part of
Even
it
though
is
I'm,
like,
literally.
well, if they're not going to come to us, let's go to them. Like, let's build these things. And
Yeah, exactly, man. I love what you guys are doing.
well,
Hell yeah.
and speaking of like what we're doing, I want to take a quick break in a minute, but before we do, the AI shit that you were doing, man, that ruffled some feathers, didn't it?
Yeah. I actually, yeah. I mean, I seriously lost like several good friends over that shit.
Oh, like really good friends, like that.
Yeah,
you,
people I hung out like every day. I mean, I
Damn.
don't name them. I mean, I kind of do, but
yeah, let's get a list of names. So,
it's really controversial, and I
You're canceled.
so were these
I mean-
people that were fellow artists that were like seriously offended by it or
I'll tell you,
something, or was it?
because hopefully Will like heckle us. He messaged me before I moved in with him. Will from Republican Sex Blanket, and he was like, he's like, man, fuck this fucking AI shit. He's like, I'm a real artist, like just fucking do some real shit, whatever. And the thing is, I was never like super pro AI. It was just kind of like I downloaded Microsoft Bing. It's fun. I hadn't been doing art for a while, and it just for me, I understand the controversy with it. I don't even support AI art, but at the time, I wasn't doing anything else. It got me inspired to do my own art, like
Sure.
like traditionally again. And you know, like the new Macizo cassette artwork that we're about to put out was literally like me redrawing one of these AI generated images.
So when you were doing the AI stuff, and I think, you know, fairly initially there was, I mean, it wasn't long before there was a reaction to it, and even, you know, a backlash, or, you know, I think also there were people that's like, who really fucking cares? I mean, there was a wide spectrum of people
Oh
like,
yeah,
chiming in on that. And
I mean, AI artists do shit.
I think, I guess with what you do outside of that, so was that not then somewhat a desired response to be controversial and to make
Oh yeah,
people
yeah,
think
totally.
about where we're at? Because I think it was, you know, kind of a social commentary for the time, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the same thing that I'm trying to do with boring walking videos. Is like, I knew the controversy with AI generated art or AI generated
Mhm.
music, like that fucking, I glued my balls to my butthole again song. I don't know if you guys heard that, but it's like I knew it was controversial. I didn't really care. I mean, I was making some money doing it, and I enjoyed doing it. It's the same thing as any of my projects lately. Is like I'm just doing it for fun. If I get praise, that's awesome. If I
Oh,
get
yeah.
fucking criticism, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, social commentary.
Making
it's-
people think. Either
Yeah.
way, it's
Mhm.
like really cool. And I hate to cut you off. We are actually like right at the limit of our time for today. And I hope that we can talk again, man.
Yeah.
Because I did not get through half the shit I wanted
Yeah,
to
I
get
know.
through with
I'm
you.
sorry. I came up
Is there anything that you want to plug real quick before we go, like that you've got coming up? I know, like today there's something happening.
Yeah. I've been doing a free art event called Open Paint. We did the first one at Stage Street last month. I'm doing this one at 4 p.m. at the Garfield Park Pagoda.
Oh yeah.
Basically, me and whoever wants to donate art supplies. It's a free event. I'm spending money. Free canvases, free paint. Got like
Nice.
hundreds of dues of paint. And I'm doing that today, but I'm also doing it in July at Stage Street. And you know, I'm just trying to do things.
Oh,
keep
yeah,
myself out of
connect
trouble.
with people, and
Yeah.
I love things that connect artists with each other, musicians, artists of any sort.
Yeah.
And so yeah, hopefully a lot of people will come out to Garfield Park today and paint with you, bro.
Yeah.
And thank you so much. And you know, I told you I didn't want to hear a lot from you, Neil, and you really respected that, and I appreciate it. Today,
I
man.
honestly felt like you talked way too much, man. Like it was a little over
No,
the
that-
top at times.
Has it really
But
been like an hour?
Yeah, it's all right. The time goes by,
It's
man. man, so fast. And you know, we had a lot of videos today we needed to share. Real quick, I do want to tell everybody about a couple things coming up soon. On the 29th, we got Sonora Nuke in the Night Shift in the Stains.
I love Sonora.
June 29th
yeah,
at Punk
me
Rock
too.
Night.
Heavy.
Then the next night, June 30th at 3:00, we got at Major Taylor Skate Park, the Girls Skate Show. Super excited about that. Hey, Makizo is on there. Your friends, pick up a demo tape if they still got it available.
I think we're sold out. now.
Yeah, I figured.
I hope you guys are gonna mention my show July 6th with the Republican Sex Blanket.
Fuck them though. I didn't want to, you know. Yeah, July 6th, come out and watch that one. I don't think we've got a flyer ready to go for the show though, but we'll definitely be pumping that up.
Okay. Let me mention it real quick. July 6th at State Street Pub. It's Republican Sex Blanket, new female fronted band, Pigmail Brains, with 2 bands on tour from Illinois, Pet Mosquito and the Scummies.
Hell yeah. And it's going to be at State Street. So we talked about that. If you haven't been out to State Street in a while, come out and check out that fucking show for sure. Lastly, oh no, that's everything we got, right? Did we do it?
Yeah.
Playboy, we're good. We're home free. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for joining in. Here is some art for work, not the AI art.
Yeah,
this is the real deal art.
Yeah.
William, you've been killing it lately with a lot of these, man.
You're one of the most
Thank you.
creative, like multiple level artists
Thank
ever.
you. I appreciate that.
I think you really followed up the AI kind of thing and the controversy thereof with putting out some good art. And, you know, I really just love that
What's
you're
that?
doing that.
No,
Speed
honestly.
Trials, obviously, we
November.
that's coming up a long ways from now.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get you back on the show to talk about that
Yeah,
right
that'd be
before that
awesome, yeah.
happens, man. We can finish the conversation. But hey, everybody, get out to a show, check it out, support local artists and music like William and even Neil.
I'd just like to say, William, you know, not only creative, he's the most productive artist that I can think of off the top of my head. Just go out and do it.
It's the drugs.
Do it.
It's productive.
Do them both.
Well, hey, we will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for joining us today. And again, thanks to our guests. Thanks to all the bands. We got great videos. 10 years of Chopped Liver. Thanks for helping us celebrate. And we love you guys. Take care.